It may only be November 20th, but in the great wide world of owning a small crochet business, I have found that December and the winter months start in like October. However, I think I was left out of the original memo email that let everybody know that because I have my first winter market in less than a week and I don't have any winter inventory. If you couldn't tell, today we are making my winter market inventory together. And in case it isn't clear, I do already have actually a whole bunch of stuff already made from previous markets and just, the fact that I crochet as a hobby. But I don't have any like hats, mittens, scarves, Christmas themed things, stuff like that. So I have gone ahead and compiled myself a little list of things that I'm hoping we can make everything of to fulfill the winter void that my inventory does not have. For example, yesterday I made the first thing on this list, which is a beanie. This one obviously is a split beanie. It's half blue, half gray, and I love it. I think it's very adorable. I don't really know why I showed you the hat, to be honest. It doesn't really affect you much. I think I just wanted to show someone, so thanks for looking at my hat with me. And speaking of hats, that is the first project that we are taking on together today. While I have two other hats that I want to make, the one that we are going to focus on right now is actually a goat hat. This is a pattern that I bought from Etsy. I cannot remember for the life of me who I bought the pattern from, so let me check my Etsy history really quickly. This pattern is from Hooker Corner Art, which I will link down below if you want to make it. I absolutely adore her patterns. They're so freaking cute. But I'm gonna be using her pattern to make this hat. I've already made two of these hats in the past, and I actually don't have either of them anymore because they both sold, which is a good thing for me, and I love making them because they turn out so cute. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the color palette that I have for this hat. For the main base of the hat, I have this beautiful variegated gray right here. I unfortunately do not have the label because this is just something that I found in my stash that I was like, yeah, that reminds me of a goat. And then for the trim, and then I add like braided ends to the end of it, I have this dark gray right here. And then of course I have white for the inside of the ear, which this is the outer ear. So this is the color palette that we're working with. And without further ado, I think it's time that we get going because we have quite a bit to crochet today, mates. Let's get going on our first winter project. I feel like I'm being watched. Everybody say hi to Aslan. Hi, Bubba's. I love him. I don't think I've ever had a cat in the frame while filming before, at least not like actively behind me. I don't really like this, but I'm gonna roll with it. So it's been about a day since we last talked. I finished our goat hat, as you saw. This is what it looks like. I think it came out absolutely adorable. I think next time I want to put the ears a little bit lower, but I think that's my own fault, you know? And then I also went ahead and finished the other beanie that I wanted to make because they're super duper quick. And this is what that one looks like. And now that I have finished those two hats, I am officially done with the hat section of the winter, what is it called? It's not a restock, just winter inventory, I guess. Or maybe it is considered a restock, I don't know. But let me grab my little list here so that we can pick what we're gonna do next. Most of what's on here actually is gloves because I need to restock my Pride ones, and then stockings, ornaments, and a couple of scarves. I think the next thing we should do is snowflake ornaments, because with the way that those are made, I actually have to like let them sit so I can like Mod Podge them so they stay straight, you know? So I'm thinking the next thing that we do is make the 10 snowflake ornaments, which is right there. And then while those are drying, we can make the, not the stockings, the sweater ornaments. Because then the ornaments are done and out of the way, you know? Also, just in case you're curious, these snowflake ornaments are going to be coming from a couple of booklets. For those of you who don't know, my mom is an occupational therapist, and she ends up running into a lot of people who also crochet and are super sweet to me, and we have like this cute little crochet connection, so sometimes I'll get like a ball of yarn or, you know, instruction booklet to borrow. But one of them was super sweet and actually bought a little crochet book of how to make different ornaments, which I'm excited for. I also have 2 more upstairs from these people, and they're so sweet, and I just feel so loved. But as you can see, these are the snowflake ornaments. So I'm gonna make 10 different snowflakes. And then for the sweater ornaments, I don't actually have this on me, but the pattern came from a magazine that was also gifted to me. Unfortunately, because I didn't buy the patterns, I don't really know how to get them to you, but I'm sure if you Googled like sweater Christmas ornament crochet patterns, something will come up. I'm sorry I can't be more help, but I'm sure there are 1,000,010 patterns out there for y'all to find on your own. But with that, let's get started on crocheting some Christmas ornaments. Hello my lovely crochet friends, and welcome back to Christmas/winter prep. It has been a couple of days since we've seen each other. It's been like an entire weekend, and I don't really work that much on the weekend, so I didn't film anything. And this weekend was the same. I really didn't do anything substantial. I did like a little bit of crocheting here and some gluing there. And because of that, I'm in kind of like a different progress spot of where we were last time. So let me show you where we are at. The sweater ornaments I crocheted and are almost done. They are currently inside out because I have some glue drying on them, but I have a red snowflake sweater and like a green ripple stripy sweater. I used the entirety of the pattern to make this one, and then I just freehanded a embroidered star on the front of this one using the same like template as this guy. I don't think the glue is quite dry yet. It's still a little squishy, so I'm gonna let them dry for just a little bit longer. I pulled off our first 8 snowflakes. The ones I'm going to use as ornaments are here with their clips. I determined that these 2 were actually way too big to use as ornaments. I mean, look at these. These are massive. So after this market, I'm gonna make more bigger snowflakes and then make this into like a garland type situation, but that's not something we're doing together. I still have 6 snowflake ornaments here, and then this morning I just put the other 2 down and glued them so they are going to dry overnight, and then we can give them their hooks. After I took these off the cardboard, I literally just snipped the ends off and then added a little ornament hook, and they're cute, or at least I think they are. And the glue thing worked out really well. The only thing is that I should have put like saran wrap or cling wrap underneath the snowflakes before the cardboard, because a couple of the snowflakes have just like tiny little bits of cardboard stuck on the back that I have to scratch off. But I'm actually going to employ my mom to do that. Thank you, Mom. However, these all came out super duper cute. I love them, and I hope other people do as well. And then the final thing that I just started working on last night was one of the first stockings. This one has a blue theme. Where did I put it? This one has a blue theme, like a blue and white theme, and this is the start of it right here. It's actually worked in rows and then sewn together, so it looks like this. Eventually, this is what the stocking will look like. Kitty patootie with like little bulbs in there. But I think that instead of doing this light blue for those little pom-pom stitches, I'm gonna grab a darker blue from upstairs and do that, because I'm me and I feel the need to make everything extra. So that is what we are going to work on now. While those sweaters finish drying and the snowflakes are drying from being glued, I'm going to work on our first stocking. But with that, let's go grab some dark blue yarn from upstairs and actually finish this stocking. So, it has been quite a bit since we have had the absolute joy of seeing each other, and it's because a lot happened, and now we're here. Last that we were together, we were working on finishing the stocking, which I did finish, and then sewing together some gloves as well. All of those projects were completed in their entirety. I no longer have any of the 3 pairs of gloves that I made. I sold 2 of them at my market, and then one of them didn't turn out, so I scrapped it, and they're just gone. And obviously, because I went to my market, it's a little bit later, and I'll explain that in a second, but I do still have the stocking that I made. It is right here. I think it came out quite cute. I like it. I have plans to make one more stocking, which is what we're going to do here in a second, but I don't know if I'm going to make more than that, because I kind of realized that while I like making stockings, they are typically something passed down from generations, or at least that's what it is in my family. The stocking that I have is from when I was like 3 years old, and my mom got me my first stocking, and it's got a ballerina on it, and I will keep using that one until the day that I die because I like it. Am I a ballerina? No, but it was a very big part of my childhood, so therefore it lives on in now 18-year-old me. Now that we have like a project basis of where we are, let me kind of explain what's been happening. The last time we talked was last week, Wednesday, and I did those projects, and it went great. The day after was Thanksgiving, and my dad actually came into town for Thanksgiving and that weekend, so I didn't work at all. On crocheting, at least. I actually had a market this past weekend, which is what I was originally prepping for, but obviously that market has already passed and I didn't finish making everything that I wanted to make. So from here to probably tomorrow, I'm hoping we can get it done in 2 days, we are going to finish the winter inventory I wanted to make, because I do still have one market this year on December 14th. So it makes sense to still finish my winter inventory stocking, if that makes sense. What we have left on this list is a stocking that I started while I was sitting at my event. This one comes from the same exact pattern. The only difference is that this one is red and green. This is all that I have done so far. It is like the first part of the main panel, but I am excited to see this one done. And then because I've sold out of my gloves, I do want to make 2 more pairs of gloves as well. I've already picked out this dark gray color, and I picked this because I realized that people were really into the neutral color yarn gloves that I had, because people wear neutrals. Not a lot of people sparkle. So that is that. And then I do want to make 1 more pair, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, so we're going to hold off on that. But we only have 3 projects left, and the one that is taking up the most space on my desk and is driving me nuts is this stocking. So without further ado, let us have a cute little moment of finishing stocking number 2. Hello and good morning. So it is technically the next in real life day. Today is Thursday and yesterday was Wednesday, but I finished our second stocking yesterday. This is how it turned out. I was low-key playing yarn chicken there for a while, trying to get all of the stockings done, but I have 2 of them. I think they're really cute, and I kind of love them. I'm glad I made them. I never thought I'd be someone to make stockings, but I did, and I think that I'm not gonna make them again unless someone like asks for one, because they take a lot of time. But I had a lot of fun making the stockings. With that being said, the last thing I want to do is make 2 more pairs of those mittens that I actually don't have any more of to show you. Or that's a lie. I actually made these ones last night. These do not count towards the 2 because these ones are very specific. I'm gonna see if you can guess what it is. I'm obsessed with Wicked at the moment. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm not sorry. I'm having fun. But these are the kind of gloves I'm talking about. They're fingerless, or are they considered? I think these are considered fingerless. I don't know, but it's like 2 holes, one for the thumb and one for the fingers, and I want to make 2 more pairs of these. Behind me is actually the colors that I picked out for doing this. The first one, sorry, killed my yarn. The first one is going to be Lion Brand Heartland yarn in the color Great Smoky Mountains. Like I said earlier, I'm doing this one because a lot of people like my neutral gloves, and it makes sense. And then for the second pair, I'm going to crochet these 2 balls together. This is Karen Latte Cake in the color Yellow Sponge, I believe. And then this is just Red Heart white yarn, but it's from 20 years ago because I got it from somebody else. But this is the glove vibe we are going for. And I'm actually really excited to make these into their projects. And I'm actually really excited to make these into their respective projects. I think these are going to turn out super cool. So with that, let's go ahead and start our final little crafting time with music, aesthetic, blah, blah, blah. It is officially official. As of 2 pairs of gloves later, I am officially done with the restocking for my winter inventory. This time I ended up making a long pair and a short pair of mittens. The long one are the typical ones that I make, and then I made these ones short because I did double stranded yarn, so they're a little bit like less floppy, I guess. Like if you're comparing books, it's less floppy, you know? Nonetheless, I'm very happy with how these gloves, the stockings, hats, ornaments, everything else that we made, I am happy with how all of it came out, and I am very excited for my final market of the season on December 14th to showcase these for the first time, and then as I go into the spring, bring them with me to markets as well. And on that note, it is officially also the end of our time together this week. This might be one of the longest, period filming times I've done for a video, and honestly, I liked it. It was a lot more laid back and chill, for me anyway. I don't know if there's much difference for you guys, but I enjoyed it a lot, as I hope that you did as well. And on that note, I hope that you are having so much fun with your projects and you're enjoying the holiday season. I love winter. I love the Christmas season. It's all happy for me, and I hope that it is for you too. And yeah, with that, thanks again for hanging out with me today, and I cannot wait to see you next Saturday. Bye!